Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. Lots of topics to discuss in today's video, as always, but primarily we're going to focus on a max power exploit for those of you who have been on the power grind since the launch of Edge of Fate. This is going to come in very handy, especially for my solo players out there. We're also going to discuss a new way to get Tier 4 gear, which is probably the best way to get Tier 4 gear at the moment. We're going to talk about a weekly damage bonus, some fixes, of course, our weekly vendors, and another exploit for one of the new activities on Kepler. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things will also enter you into any future giveaways on this channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away a new console or a video card if you play on PC. You can also, of course, stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag you can leave in the comment section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Remember, those stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Almost 70% of the people who watch my channel regularly are still not subscribed. So remember, subscribing is free. All you have to do is click the big red subscribe button and turn on the bell post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. Really helps to support the channel and is the easiest way to do so. You can also become a channel member. That's a paid subscription. I believe it's $5 a month. You'll be able to see all my content without any ads. Or if you're feeling extra generous and want to leave a tip or donation on the channel, it is really appreciated. And any of those things will, of course, also get you an invite from me personally, as well as a shout out in a future video. And we have a few of my friends and donators who have become friends hanging out with me in the tower today. We got Real Dez, we got Back from Dead, we got C-John, and I believe Divine Lord Sinister has also just joined us in the tower. You can leave any one of their names as a hashtag down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. I'm also going to be doing some merch on the channel, which I've never done before, so I'll be talking a little bit about that more as time goes on. I might do a bit of a, call it community outreach, to see which piece of merch, we're going to do some t-shirts, you would like best as far as the design goes. But now on to the rest of the content. Oh, of course, if I mispronounce anything in today's video, which is inevitable, you can also leave that in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Also, any of the topics of discussion in today's video, I always love to hear your thoughts and feedback, so anything along those lines, if you leave it in the comments section, we'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway. First thing I wanted to talk briefly about, when you sign into the game, you might notice that there is actually a power bonus, which is listed down here, for Suros weapons. So any Suros weapon is going to get a overcharge damage in the portal activities. So if you have any Suros weapons, I believe this works possibly for exotics as well, so possibly the Suros regime, you might want to consider picking that up. But also, over at Banshee 44 this week, all these Suros weapons are also in the focusing decoder. So if you're missing any, or if you need one to pick up for that extra damage bonus, it's a good time to do it. I would definitely recommend the Mikado 45. This is one of the best heavies, though it's not a tier weapon or even a, well, it's an enhanced weapon, but it is not like, for example, mine, which is an adept, or actually, I don't even think mine. No, this is not an adept. So it's not an adept enhanced weapon, but even the enhanced weapons, if you can get one of these two perks, or both of them, this is an amazing weapon, and it's going to be great this week. I've actually found that this weapon doesn't really have that much of a difference as far as damage overall compared to the tier 3 weapons at the moment. So definitely worth picking up and checking any of those out. Also at Banshee 44 this week, we have a couple of interesting things, but most notably I would say we have an Eternity's Edge, which you can pick up, and I believe you can buy this on any class over at Banshee. So unlike when this is sold at Zur, where it's class specific, at least as far as you buying it. It's one of those things that it was a class specific sword. It is now able to be equipped to any class, but at Zur, when it is sold, you can only buy it on the class it's intended for, so that would be the Warlock. You can then transfer it, of course, to any class, and this particular sword is really great on Titans because it wasn't intended for them, but I believe if you're on a Titan, you can actually go over to Banshee 44 and actually just pick this up without having to go through the rigmarole of logging on with a Warlock in order to get it. A couple of other interesting things, but those were the things of note. We got the crew hanging out. Love these guys very, very much. A couple other things to just go over this week. Remember to head over to Commander Zavala and pick up your power bonus piece of gear. This is from completing your weekly challenges. Actually, we also have tier 3 weapons available this week to buy. And these will all give you a pretty big damage bonus. This is, remember, just from completing your weekly challenges, so you got to get to rank 20 for the week. That's over here, if you don't know exactly where I'm talking about. If you head to the portal and you go to the seasonal hub, it's through these that those become available, so rank up for the week. But also pick up one of those tier 3 weapons. That's very cool. Over at our favorite vendor, or at least based on the community's input, our favorite vendor, Tess Everest, this week, we have the primer shader available again. We have boots available this week. Let's see what these look like for the Warlock, but I think these are going to be all across the board for all classes. And down on their main Bright Dust page, we have this name, which I can't pronounce. Leave it in the comment section. The Astro Raptor, I can get it. For the Hawk Moon. Very, very cool. And currently, I believe the Hawk Moon glitch that allowed you to get free rolls on the Hawk Moon has been patched. We're going to do just a quick test really fast. If I can find the Hawk Moon, I believe it's on the second page. There it is. So if you didn't know, there was a glitch that was giving you random rolls on the Hawk Moon that you would buy. Let's see what this one is. If I can get my game to cooperate. We have, I believe it still is. So if you're in the market for a good Hawk Moon and the ornament, now is the time to do it. Also remember that all the vendors in the tower, that includes, well, at least all the vendors that gave out gear, so we have Shax, we have the Drifter, Zavala, as well as Saint 14, a lot of Titans in that group, if you ask me, are all giving away, well, all their gear from all the seasons is now free. Well, it's not really free. It's available for Glimmer, but you can buy any of those armor sets now for Glimmer if you didn't play any of those activities or didn't unlock them. So if you didn't play Trials of Osiris, I think that's the most notable thing. But now on to a couple of other things. If you're looking for Tier 4 gear, the best thing to do is head over to Kepler and do the weekly missions. Now, right now, if you do this on the highest level difficulty, you are going to get a guaranteed Tier 4 drop. Now, you might want to wait on that a little while because you ultimately want your Tier 4 gear to be as high a power as possible as well. So you might want to do the power grind first and then save this, but if you're looking for a Tier 4 piece of gear, now is the time to jump into the weekly mission. I don't know if this is an intended mechanic or if it's an exploit, but use it in good health. Over at the Civ, you can also still do the Powerful Attractors mod glitch. Now, if you didn't know what that was, basically it allows you to complete the activities in the Civ a whole lot quicker. So you can do, I believe it's 3 waves. So if you can complete 3 waves, you're going to get, I think, another drop too. And what this allows you to do is essentially hold more of the motes that you would normally have to bank than is intended. So you'll get the max number of motes, or close to about 10 motes, and then you want to leave some on the ground. And then you want to use your class ability with the powerful attraction mod equipped. That will pick up the other motes in the area, and you will essentially know that the glitch is working because you'll see max motes at the top of your screen and then plus 10 motes. So you'll see both at the top of your screen, which will allow you to deposit twice. Just allows you to get through the process a lot faster and ultimately get more power and rewards for your time. And now, lastly, the thing I wanted to discuss is a power exploit. Now, over on the Pinnacle page last week, we had the power exploit that allowed you to essentially do the Pinnacle activities with the lower level mods. So I would have selected the Whisper mission, for example, and then I would have gone to Advanced and then changed out the mods, filled all these out, and then backed out, and then backed out again, and then selected the Whisper mission again. And it would have essentially kept the same mods while giving me the expert difficulty. Just made the whole thing easier, and you were able to get power this way. This has been patched, unfortunately. But there is another exploit, which is not really specific to in-game activities in Destiny. It's actually a third-party thing. And this, I'm going to have a link in the pinned comment down below so that you can go and do this. And it's essentially a extension to your web browser called the Bungie Wayback Machine. And maybe you've heard about this, maybe you haven't. But what this allows you to do is claim any unclaimed seasonal rewards from previous seasons. Now, like all sources in the game currently, anything that drops, especially if you are lower than 200, but even after 200, and this does work for when you're after 200 power, this allows you to essentially get new pieces of gear which will allow you to power level. So you can focus this gear, so if there, for example, if there's one piece of gear that is lower than the rest, we've talked about min-maxing before, but the way that power works in the game, just to reiterate, is all based on averages. So your total average power is going to be based on the total number of gear that you have at a given power. So one piece of gear can sometimes bring your power down, but if you can increase that one piece of gear's power, then you will increase power ultimately because your averages will be higher. It's a good method to use, and I'm sure if you've been playing the game since Edge of Fate, have seen this working in real time. But this is essentially a way of focusing all the gear that you want through your previous seasons. And if you're somebody who's played for a while, maybe this isn't as relevant to new players, but if you're a solo player who's played for a while, this is a great way to just go back and focus the exact powerful piece of gear that you want. In other news, we have unfortunately seen the end of the third iteration glitch. Now, if you didn't know, this weapon was doing a lot more damage than it was supposed to. This has been patched as well. So, unfortunate to see it end, but it was good when we had it. We have to, I guess, turn our focus towards other things at the moment in terms of what the weapons meta will be. I'm also using a fairly interesting build at the moment. You can't really see it here because why would I be on solar when I'm using a strand-focused exotic? But I actually have been using this exotic a lot with prismatic. And if you'd like to see more information about how to do this build, let me know in the comments. I don't typically do build guides on the channel, but this is, I think, actually a very useful one. Maybe you've seen something about it, maybe you haven't. But I do also, just side note, really like how this exotic looks with this helmet and this shader. If you want to know what shader this is, I think it's a pretty cool one. We got the Twisting Strands shader. Great for a strand build. Very, very on the mark. And that is going to conclude all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. I don't usually do Tuesday uploads, but we're going to do one today. We're probably going to do another upload tomorrow. I just thought this information was helpful. And of course, we have the new stuff this week, so I thought I'd bring it to you now. To end out today's video, wanted to do some shout outs. Of course, we have all the guys hanging out with us in the tower, so remember to leave any one of their names in the comment section down below. But some other shout outs as well. We got SSJ Scoot. These are those who have contributed to the channel as of late. We got Vedi Sneaky. We got Kenny Conrad, Richard Hartnett. We got Steve Card, the Most Unknown. We got Jay Talley. We got Rabbidice. We got Shadow of Death Sweden. We got Chris Scott. We got Plucky Disco. We got Nomad. We got Justin St. John. We got DG Striker. We got Chip and Soda. We got Rage Forever, Velvet Hammer. Rage Forever and Velvet Hammer, two different names. We got Charlie Boy. We got Sark Kamar. We got Brizg Afus, one of the hardest names to pronounce, and I don't think I ever do it correctly. We got Ronald Johnson. We got Zack Attack. We got Aaron Batts. We got Joakim Uppling. DJ Oros, one of our closest friends. We got Jade. I've said Sinister and Real Dez, as well as C. John. We got Tinnitus Bat, and we have Gecko. Thank you all so much. You can also leave any one of their names as a hashtag in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway, or you can leave a hashtag weekly reset or hashtag edge of fate in the comment section for another entry into the next giveaway. And lastly, for those of you who are interested possibly in future merch, maybe some t-shirts, let me know if there's anything that you would like to see, or if you're just interested, you maybe would be interested in picking up some merch on the channel in the future. You can let me know in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway. And that will finally conclude all the information for today. Thanks again, and as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.